what do you think, if anything, the White House, the Treasury Department, trade will do around the Hong Kong developments, particularly with regards to retaliation against Beijing?
Look, I think it's already begun. You see a bipartisan move in Congress that is going to delist Chinese companies that list here in the United States. The U.S. administration is holding all of the cards on this, and they obviously can move to increase tariffs. I think there's going to be a bipartisan move in Congress, which will be welcomed by the administration, to repatriate a lot of manufacturing here back to the United States in PPE and other healthcare issues that we've seen in COVID. And, and well beyond the Hong Kong challenges, we see that there is, I think there's a growing move here in the United States that right or wrong, blaming the lack of transparency in China over the COVID challenges that has cost so many, almost 100,000 people in the United States lives. So there's a growing challenge here. It's obviously, I think that the common thread is a lack of transparency that we're seeing out of China, and they're moving, as you suggested earlier, against Hong Kong, accelerating the time in which they were, Hong Kong was supposed to be, underneath the China flag. There was one China, two systems. It looks like that's going away now as well. So I think there's a lot of challenges ahead in China. I think when the U.S. comes out of the COVID challenge, I think there's going to be a significant issue in China. And we see some people in China saying that there's a Cold War beginning.
Yeah. Do you think, Chris, that this is not just a Republican issue? Could there be some bipartisan effort to try to recoup maybe trillions of dollars that many believe that China owes the world for its bumbling handling of the outbreak to begin with?
I don't think, Brian, I know there's going to be a move bipartisanly in Congress and in the administration to demand that China stand up for what many people believe that they're responsible for. And, it's cost the U.S. taxpayer now trillions of dollars and perhaps trillions of dollars additional. And you can really pull it back to the lack of transparency and coming out of Beijing. Yeah. It's really been tragic. Many thousands of people's lives have lost around the world. Obviously, I'm not suggesting it's all China's challenge, but there is a bipartisan move and a common thread amongst many Americans who believe that there is some wrong.
And it's Chris, it's not just here. I mean, the EU, parts of Australia, New Zealand, everybody is sort of looking to the virus origins in particular. Just the amount of the spread at the beginning and the global risk that was put out there. But what vehicles could be used to recoup some of this money? What options do we have? You owe us $1 trillion for this. China says, no, thanks. What do we do?
So tariffs are the number one thing, of course, that the president has used in the past, I believe will threaten in the future, and used quite effectively. Congress can move to make sure that we delist China's issues, China's securities in the United States, which they have done. There is going to be, we owe a lot of debt to China. I think that restructuring that debt perhaps could be on the table as well. There are a lot of various, countless issues that the president has under his authority, and the Congress could give him additional authorities to be able to demand and make sure that China's held account.